Good evening and welcome back to this. I've just distracted myself because the camera's positions weren't quite right there. Give me a hot moment to fix that as I just vamp for a little while longer. All right, there we go. Great. Here we are. Welcome back to the Campaign Coins Twitch and or YouTube channel, depending on where you're watching. I'm Jackson from Campaign Coins, and this is our playthrough of Beowulf Age of Heroes, Horror at Herrogate. Beowulf Age of Heroes, there it is. There's the book, and enclosed within those pages, you will find an outstandingly fantastic setting and rules variation of the world's greatest role-playing game for one GM only and one player only. It's a great time. We'll be playing through that, and we'll also be listening to some sound and music from sirenscape.com, an excellent online tool to add real music and sounds to your games, which will be bolstered by the official Beowulf Age of Heroes soundtrack. I feel like there was something I was forgetting to say, but I was really thrown by that camera positioning at the start, but I think I might just leave it there and throw it over to our excellent Game Master Mark. Take it away.
Listen, Sven was a good warrior, brave and true. He followed his lord, even when his lord fell upon hard times. So when his lord said something that didn't sit right with him, nevertheless, he did his duty. He went across the bay to an island. He went to a cave and lay in ambush. The last thing that went through his mind was the sword of Blaedswith, the warrior he had been sent to kill. After him came Gurin. His head flew 10 feet in a northwesterly direction. And then, well, as for Herod, he had the guts. They spilled upon the ground. Don't fuck with Blaedswith is a lesson those three learned too late, but the other three who fled the scene learned just in time. The blood soaked into the loam. Terrible battle was done here. The young boy, now a young man, Scop, finally saw how a true hero behaved. He, the young poet, had pledged himself to Blaedswith, and this would be the first song of her that he would sing, the song of bloody battle. So that was last time.
Lots happened.
Well,
many died. None of mine.
Yes, none of yours. What a tense time. But, of course, Annika, who held two of them off, and the toughest two for the whole battle, she is breathing hard. She's standing in a way that implies maybe some ribs are broken, and her left arm, which is her shield is strapped to it. It's kind of hanging. It's like there's some pain there from the mighty blow she's taken on her shield. Simo is rolling around, bemoaning the fact that they didn't die. I thought it was today. I thought I would be that, pointing at the disemboweled man who has died in front of you.
On the bright side, Simo, we are going to be going back to the mainland around nightfall when this terrible, indestructible, and very, very vicious, violent creature will be raising the village, apparently. So there's still plenty of time to get your death today.
All right, Simo seems well pleased with that and falls to the sward and begins to have a nap. Gita, fixes you with a one eye and says, "I thought they'd come for me, and you ran to my defense. Thank you."
Of course. Why would I not? You're one of us.
No. And that's probably her dialogue for the whole session. She's spent. Yeah. she's all the words she has.
She's not a chatty woman.
But this is a shocking and terrible scene, and even as your breath is coming down from the kind of combat here, and Scop's eyes are still incredibly wide. Raiders! We haven't had raiders on the island for some time.
They're not. I don't think that these aren't raiders. No. Unfortunately, we do recognize some of these gentlemen, don't we? Don't we, friends?
Simo is holding up the head because Simo's lacking in basic manners. Annika just goes in that way when he's they've really kind of tripped the line. So Simo respectfully puts the head back down.
Back down.
Oh, says Scop. Now what? And indeed, Alex. Now what?
Now, see, this is a difficult one because these unpleasant, well, probably quite pleasant, devoted and loyal gentlefolk were sent by our monstrous false hero's father, it seems. So going back to the mainland may indeed put our lives at risk in more ways than we were prepared to do so. However, I think that's where we must go and take that broken axe with us and lay bare the truth of who An was. We do have the broken axe.
Well, the truth, of course, is in the weird that was spoken in your mind by the killer queen of the sea. And I've got some new toys to show off, actually. I've got fantastic Beowulf delivery. Not only the book, which I will have to use with my hands to look things up rather than clicking buttons. New book smell.
The best smell.
But also, let's get out our inspiration tokens and review what you have. And got this fantastic wooden case for him. I'm hoping Jackson has us on camera. I'm just going to keep talking until he speaks in my head, like the invisible creature that he is. All right, look at this action. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Voila.
That is nice. That's
Shiny.
so pretty.
It is handmade by a clever friend of John's. So we are going to deploy that we know we have woven woe. So a follower inspiration and a monster inspiration. But we have mended talisman.
Yeah. About
that is the weird. Now, Alex, I do not recall because I've realized I've got to start taking better notes. Do you still have an inspiration in the hopper or have you used that up?
I believe I have used mine.
All righty. It's quite easy to get back any time you have advantage on a roll and succeed with your old ways dice of the 2d20s you roll.
I used it and did not succeed with the old ways dice.
All right. Now, speaking of dice, I'm going to explain my poor framing on the camera. Check out this action. Oh, my God, Blaedswith, you're in so much trouble. I have new Beowulf dice. And I'm not going to show what's in the bag. I'm just going to roll that sucker when the time comes.
Okay. Right. Not that I've seen pictures of it on Twitter or anything. certainly wouldn't have seen that. Certainly wouldn't have seen and retweeted that mere moments ago.
Yeah,
that's not a thing that would ever have happened.
Of course not. All right, let me just pull this over England. Hey, Brexit again.
Bye, England.
Bloop, bloop, bloop. All right. So there are dead upon the fresh loam. You did not have to use up your inspiration for Gita because she was not in combat, so that's still there for you.
I think mended talisman sounds like a lot of fun. We know a blacksmith, don't we?
You do, but he does not like you.
Yeah, we can fix that. Jog my memory, our blacksmith.
That's Bo, and Jackson can get a
he didn't
picture.
Like me. He was just a bit sour in general.
He was sour in general. You didn't win him over, and he was definitely there's a lot of tension between him and Hilda and Ursa.
Yes, I thought there was a bit of
once you started getting on with Hilda, he seemed to go off you even more. So a bit of a stink eye from Bo. Of course, he's a professional. I'm sure he'll come to the party. Now, here's just a reminder of the coastline where you're at. Voila. There's my framing. Yep, kind of like that. Okay, so you are over here on the island of Holmstadt from memory. Over here is Herrogate, which, according to the scenario, there is horror.
Seems that way.
Going down the coast, of course, is the monastery, which was one of the other great deeds of Arn. Great deeds of Arn, I say.
Yeah, that might be worth checking out, honestly.
Was transpired. And also somewhere along this coastline, the very place he died, where he was ambushed by regular brigands and died a screaming, ignoble death. Well, we don't know if he was screaming because, nobody was there. Just found the corpse. Yeah,
if a fake hero falls on the shoreline and nobody's there to hear him scream, etc., etc. I mean, it seems likely, though, if he was a bit of a coward.
So what's the immediate plan?
Is there a blacksmith on the island we are currently on?
Yes, there would be. But what their skill level is something we'd have to determine.
Yes, but, so we're going to have a little look-see, knowing that Beau is a little... I'm not exactly enamored with my crew and I. And I think it would be interesting to check out this monastery, but I don't know if we can afford another night away from the town, given he shows up and murderizes every single night.
That is what they have reported has happened. 5 hours by sea to get to the Silent Sanctuary. So it is definitely a trip away.
Yeah.
Or a whole day on foot.
On foot.
So that is the distance to there. Now, are you going back down into Holmstad?
Yeah, we'll have to go through Holmstad to get to the boat anyway, so we may as well check out the blacksmith there, see if they're any good.
What about them, says Annika, pointing with the stump of her kind of left arm.
Yeah, we should probably let the village know about them. There's not really much we can do at this point that we haven't done.
Lay them out. And so Annika and Gita and Simo set to getting them together, folding their arms, getting their shields and their axes and swords.
Yeah. Pile them up. We'll let the villagers know what has happened. I believe the Scop might be in a position to tell his story again. We're just going to break a few hearts.
Now already? Is it too soon?
I really think it's going to add a fair bit of context to why Arne's father sent people to kill us. I think it's probably important context for why there are dead bodies here now.
Never send people to kill you, says Gita, really feeling that. Annika is like, are you sure?
Yeah.
Because we don't know if anyone's going to get in a boat.
You mean that? I missed that.
Well, if we start this news now, that news is people are going to talk.
Yes, I think getting the truth out there is what we want. I think we want people to know.
All right.
I'm
good.
I think perpetuating the lie any longer once we know about it is it makes us complicit in it, and
let his infamy be known.
Pretty much.
Okay. Scott is now your follower. Like, Scott will do what you bloody well tell him to.
Yeah. But the first thing is we want to go check out the blacksmith. That is number one. Before we do anything, say anything, is we want to go check out the local blacksmith.
All righty.
And what sort of time of day is it?
It was like afternoon
so
when you got up there,
really...
but then you had the fight, you had to recover.
All right.
Annika had to crick her arm back in. So, the afternoon's getting away from you.
So we're definitely not going to the monastery today.
No, that's 5 hours in the dark.
Yeah, it would be good to just check out the local blacksmith, see if they are any good. Not going to go blurting the story around at this point, but we will have to inform people that there are dead bodies here, and there is a high likelihood that they'll be recognised if this is two villages that are close. So,
all right. So you go down to the town, and there is Frida the Weaver. She will greet you, and she's shocked by, like
covered in blood.
Yeah, exactly. And like, what has happened? What has happened?
We were attacked. We are fine. No, nothing. We were all okay. But I don't know if you would have seen our attackers. Some of them fled, and they may have run back this way. But
there.
And indeed, way out upon the ocean, there is a boat. There is a small boat heading back to Herrogate.
Tracks. Tracks.
We had noticed the boat leaving, but we did not know where it was from. It must have come around the other side of the island, and we had not seen it.
Not tracks.
But then, if they are raiders, now they will be raiding Herrogate. We should send warning to them.
No, I don't think they will be. It seems that they were from Herrogate.
Villains! We had heard they'd fallen on hard times. If they have come to raid...
I don't believe they were raiding. They were here to raid. They did come around from the other side of the island and came straight up to the cave. I think they were here for us. I don't think you or your family or any of your fellow villagers have anything to worry about from them. I don't believe they have not turned to raiding. I think they are.
If only
as you said,
had
desperate
been
times.
Here.
Yes, well, I'm gonna just kind of look at this guy. And how terrified does he look?
Well, funnily enough, again, he is your follower, Alex. So Jackson has developed a beautiful new SCOP card, and you've got the SCOP stats. So as a follower, you get to activate him when you like.
Yes, I can. But does he look particularly terrified by this?
One of his abilities is he is a songster, which gives him advantage on charisma performance. And if you spend him for the day, believe it or not, you can add 2 tokens to your inspiration pool, which is pretty outstanding.
That's pretty great.
So, about how are they? Of course, you were thinking about story and drama and character. Yes. So he's nervous about the situation because he has been lying for 8 years to these people and profiting from it. But the minute Frida said, "If only Arn was here, he would have sorted it out," then you can hear the wire tension as Scott's jaw clamps down.
Yeah.
And he now looks determined. And he will, if you tell him to tell the story.
Yeah. I'm gonna kind of just pat Frida on the arm. This may seem out of the blue, but is there a blacksmith in town that I could maybe speak to? Just after some repairs.
Not greatly, because we don't have horses here. Norrie can bend some nails, but you should see Beau in Herrogate.
Yes, I believe that would be our next stop.
All right, so just as they're like little kind of very peaceful kind of fishing burg, you don't quite, there's not like a weaponsmith here per se.
I think I'll just reassure
want a really
Frida.
nice shawl,
yes,
a fancy
hell
jumper,
yeah, she's got some great stuff. We did a little trade. I've got the yarn. She's got the fish. Yeah, I've done a trade.
All right,
to get myself back in the good books of the fisherwoman.
What's the plan?
I think I'll just kind of nod curtly to Frida. I don't believe you or your village are in any danger. There are however, some dead bodies up on the hill. So.
Well, we will. Are they from Herrogate?
Yeah, they are.
Then we will lay them out in the troll cave, and
yes, I will endeavour to come back and
I can
bring...
go and see Ursa, and we can tell their families if they want to get them and bury them in the Herrogate graveyard.
Yes, I'll make sure to.
I'm
to
sure.
Let Ursa know.
Well, of course, you'll want to claim your wereguild first for their attempted murder upon you. Because they've committed a crime. I'm sure.
I'm definitely going to be asking into it. I'm just, they've had a difficult time over there, and I'm just not sure what the situation is entirely. Hopefully, by the morrow.
Well, we will.
A couple of days hence, everything will be sorted out, and I would ask for you to bide until then.
We will see that the gulls and ravens do not have them. So yeah, they're going to arrange that at once. Mm-hmm. There's no wild animals on this island.
It's an island.
Just hunted those out, just sheep. All right. So that is
back to Herrogate.
Yeah. So Scott feels somewhat relieved that he was not called upon,
yes.
but he's ready for
it.
Yet. All right. So you've talked to Frida. You've arranged for the respectful kind of burial or laying out of the dead. So one of them is recognised. I always thought he had a bad turn. He was not like his father. And so by the time you're back in your boat and heading out to sea, the other boat is long gone. The shadows of the afternoon. And Holmstad, and I think we've got one last look at Holmstad because we're leaving there. It's a fantastic piece of art. Such a pleasing kind of bay, this beautiful kind of the greenery of that island. There's a little village kind of nestled within it. And those dots of sheep all over the high hill. And by goodness, those raiders who came for you must have known exactly where to moor their boat to come up the secret path. Yep. So you're leaving that scene behind you and heading towards the grey expanse of Herrogate, that kind of cold blue grey place upon the sea, with those little lights winking in among the fog. And that fog is rising as you are going, as your followers are rowing, as you are heading back across the sea, as the wind has died down, as the fog is, almost as though the world is holding its breath. And you're getting that kind of feeling, Blaedswith, that feeling that you get. I'm not saying you want to take a short rest on the boat, but, it's Dungeons
we
and
can,
Dragons.
great.
You might want to take a short rest on the boat.
If we have time, yeah, absolutely.
So
I was unaware that was a thing we had time to do on the boat trip, but yes.
The boat trip's an hour.
Okay, yeah, easily. I will do that.
So, this is Dungeons and Dragons as she is written. You can use your recovery dice as
sure can.
Jeremy Crawford and the team intended. So give yourself some hit points back if you feel you need them. Maybe you don't. It'll be fine. Just a foggy day in Herrogate. It's not like there's horror there.
To find where they are on this character sheet.
While you look that up, I'm going to just make a change on the map. No reason.
Okay. Yep, I'm going to use some hit dice, and I'm going to take myself back up to full health.
Oh, sweet.
Does a short rest impact followers at all?
No, long rests are required to get them back. Right now, I believe the only follower who is spent is Mida.
Mida.
And Annika's wounds are for dramatic effect. You know, she's got a really bad sprain on her arm. She's
which is
probably
pretty good.
She's going to have to get another shield from somewhere.
Yeah.
Which, look, she's a practical woman. She gets one from the dead guy.
Yeah. Look, she's picked up a shield from and nobody says anything because it's Annika, and she will. And if you disagree with her, she will beat you senseless.
It's got like a rearing horse on it and saying, "Well, this will tell them what happened."
All
right. And back you go. I'm just adjusting some things here. Alex, why don't you narrate the scene upon the boat, the attitude of Blaedswith, what she feels she's leaving, where she's going?
Yeah, she's kind of sitting quietly in the prow of the ship, of the boat, and has had a quiet word with the Scot early on before settling in for a bit of a rest. She's had a word of him saying, this story will have to be told, but let's make sure we find an ending for it first. I will need your help to do that. And kind of just reassuring him that she understands how difficult it's going to be for her, but yeah, you're going to have to tell the truth at some point. And at this stage, she's just kind of sitting now at the front of the boat, steeling herself for what's to come.
He is relieved. It's a lot easier for him to tell a story not in Homestead. Because that's, and Herrogate, the thing is, people from Herrogate have stopped coming to the festival.
Yeah. So, I mean, he's going to have to go tell it in Homestead. Like they have to know.
And he understands that. Yeah, he gets it.
But we're gonna find an ending to the story first.
It is less stressful for him now that he doesn't have to bust it out. But he has pledged himself to you as a person of honor, and he wants to tell that tale. He wants to sing that song. And already he is kind of you can hear him singing a few verses.
Yep, he's getting it together. I trust
trying out a little bit of her sword swang mightily. No. Airily, no. It's like, you see him behind the curtain of a Scot at work. And on you go into the fog.
Yep.
The fog is getting thicker and becoming grayer and somewhat green.
Yeah.
There's a noxious tint to it and a bad smell. Everybody is kind of rowing. Now, of course, the way boats work is that you can see where you're going, and they can only see where they've been.
Yeah,
which is good. It keeps everybody's morale up.
Keeps everybody focused.
Their backs at a Herrogate. They're looking back at Homestead, but you are looking forwards, and I think it's high time for a perception roll, Alex.
Okay. Yeah, you've been good to me. Oh, 16.
16. There is like a scream. I've learned how to stream without picking all the things and doing it.
I was going to say congratulations. That's a brand new one.
Thank you. I know. I didn't feel it. I don't think I got the horror across, but
no, I think you really did. Better than like maxing out and going silent. So,
but awful scream of fear and agony and death cut short. Somebody just died on that beach ahead of you.
Get ready, folks. Think we have a live one.
All right, so everybody is getting and
that we're all warmed up, right?
Yeah, yep.
No one's going to strain a muscle.
Okay, everyone's getting ready to go in, and forwards you go, crunching up onto the beach. Bang! There is your boat. There is you, Blaedswith, getting off. And we have Scop, we have Simo, we have Annika and Dieter. Good that you have your best warriors with you. Simo notwithstanding
He
this
does fine.
awful sound. Not shown because it's not quite framed and because I forgot to get out another boat. But just over here, where my finger is another boat, which is moored. It is tied up there. But yeah, a terrible scene. And here is a human leg.
Yeah, that sucks.
And it has been freshly shucked from the owner. There is blood leaking from it, sandal foot, and there it is. Stop. And that's as far as you can see. The fog is unbelievably thick. You can't see the lights of the villages, but you know the fog is so great that darkness has come to Herrogate before the sun has gone down. Awesome. The monster stalks in day.
Well, get off the boat, walk past the leg. Blaedswith kind of gives it a look. And I really hope that's not the blacksmith because we need him.
All right. So yeah, you look at that with some kind of resolve as you are stepping forwards.
Blacksmiths wear enclosed shoes. They, workplace health and safety.
Sorry, a sandal was the wrong word. It's like a strapped-on boot. And you can see a little note of detail, the green loam of Holmstad, as of someone who just a few hours ago tried to kill you and has now met their end. Wow. As you go forwards a little more.
Of the old way, she believes that is the gods working marginally swifter than usual.
And we are going to do one of our patented pans as we roll the camera forwards as you are going forwards and stepping up the beach with your followers coming behind you, some of them more nervous than others, and there is a massive figure in that fog. That figure is perhaps the size of a small hut. This huge, bloated, dead shape exuding the most awful and noxious stench of death, holding a screaming man by the ankle, and his jaws are like flipping. It's like the whole head is opening up to engulf this person who's now screaming inside the monster's head. Down it goes. Jaws clanging shut. Another leg pops out. Nothing if not consistent.
Yeah. Gaming. I'm gonna hold up the bit of axe. So it's gonna go one of two ways. It's gonna piss it off, or we're gonna have another moment of truth, like our Hilda experienced, and a moment of calm.
All right. So
one or two ways.
What are you doing to enhance this as you hold up the axe?
Blaedswith is going to hold up the axe blade, and call out to the creature. Arn, we know the truth, and the truth will help you rest. I hope.
All right. What skill would you like to enhance this truth that you have spoken as a council caller? You are trying to call the monster coup council.
It has got to be perception. Not perception, sorry, persuasion. I was reading. I had something in my head and I read the other thing. Yeah, persuasion.
Okay. Now, all right.
I'm just going to have a look at. Yeah, I've used kind of pretty much all my stuff. Yeah, I've kind of used all my stuff. That's okay.
Alrighty. Persuade away. Good luck.
I don't like that result. That is a natural 1. However, I do have one other thing that I haven't used. Once per long rest, when a d20 shows either a 1 or a 20, you can choose to re-roll that die and must accept the new result as touched by prophecy.
Well, indeed, you have seen that I didn't get fed feet first to a monster on this day. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe not this day. Good luck.
Oh, that's a natural 20.
Oh, my God.
So 24.
That is outstanding.
I like you.
So, is this Bex? You make Bex coming good with the dice?
It's one of my big biggins, my big goffin. Oh, yeah, get that focus. Yeah.
I still didn't get to hold my dice out. So you speak truly. You hold the axe up. You say that the truth will come, and it diminishes him. He literally shrinks as the fury, the air, and a bit of kind of noxious kind of, squelching, but shrinks down until it's still this bloated, dead thing, still slathered in gore, but you've hit the monster with this moment of truth. It can't stand to be itself, and green fog is spilling from its jaws.
Gonna kind of be approaching it with the axe, I guess.
As the fog is spilling out and it is disappearing, and you can hear Hilda saying, "Follow me, all forwards!" as the fog rises up from all around. But now we can reveal, as you lock eyes with Arn, the monster, the horror at Herrogate, and behold that hunched, dead figure as receding into the fog. Having had its fill, let's not beat around the bush.
It did eat somebody.
3 somebodies.
Ooh.
All of the survivors from the assassination. As forwards, as Hilda, you can kind of hear her like a little glow in the fog from the torch being waved around as stay close to me, over here, saying Annika, as this terrible, terrible, noxious fog. And you can sense things, Blaedswith, that Arn is gone. This dread presence has diminished. Not forever, but
probably just till like a day.
Has departed. All right. And through the mist, there steps Hilda, holding up her torch high. And Blaedswith. It is not safe. The monster is out.
The monster is in. It was out. It is no longer out. It did eat 3 people, so I think it might be done for a bit.
3? I think it's eaten 6.
Ooh. Oh no.
Well, let us hasten back to the longhouse.
We're covered in blood. We just need to get some quick repairs done. Just duck by the blacksmith first.
Heike has brought all the crew. They are in the longhouse, and that is where people go when the monster's out. When
that
it's dangerous.
Checks
out. I will stay with you. All right. Okay.
Yep.
All right. What do you do?
Straight to the blacksmith.
Okay. Well, again, because
they're all up in
because night has come early and there were terrible sounds.
We'll stash
everyone has withdrawn to the hall.
All right, we'll stash the broken blade swiftly, where nobody's going to be able to see it.
Alrighty.
I think we're just going to play this one a bit close to the chest, folks, until we can get the blade mended and yeah.
All right. So let me just have a swift scene change because I never tire of showing off John Hodson maps. They are so good. Fantastic. And roll that forwards into view. And a bit across that way. My left. No, you're right. Okay. So you and your followers are now approaching the longhouse with Hilda. And already it seems like the fog is clearing. And it really is not quite dusk yet. It is, but it's less thick now, which means the actual night is yet to come. You're going to have to steel yourself to walk over that threshold.
Oh yeah, easy.
See the man who ordered you
easy.
killed.
Very easy. You're going to walk straight in and greet him with a very bright smile.
All right.
Just an ear-to-ear grin.
All right. So you step forward grinning like that. You can make a wisdom insight for me.
What's she gonna do, buddy? 15.
15. All right. So the door opens. Thorfinn is expecting, his warriors to come in and to be safe because Hilda has gone out to get them, and you walk in. Right? With that expression, as the double doors, your warriors to your left is Annika, the hard woman, and she now is like all of the battle and all the death upon her this day. And there's Gita with her one eye glaring with hatred, and they're just giving Thorfinn stink eye in stereo. Like, we know what you did. And behind is Scott going, oh, much all. And Simo is kind of looping around going, I'll be right back. Where did it go? So Gita gets distracted rescuing Simo, which she hates, but it has to be done. And there is Heike, of course, and Maida saying, thank goodness. But it's these people are scurrying around and greeting each other and coming to the hall. But really, there's only two people in this scene, and they are Thorfinn and Blaedswith staring at each other. Blaedswith,
Thorfinn,
close the door. Get in. It's not safe.
Oh, I believe the monster has departed for this evening. But as you will, and closes the door, comes inside.
Hilda, what are the others? All dead. I think the fog is clearing now. We can look soon. It is not yet dark, but I have seen the corpses or parts of three. All dead. Yes. All dead, says Thorfinn, giving you the stink eye. This is a heavy blow. Blaedswith, I told you we are cursed here. It is not your curse. You should leave on the morrow. We give you hospitality this night, but I cannot promise you safe harbor for another night. Hero.
I'm going to walk up to Thorfinn, so it's not a conversation for the whole hall.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to bow respectfully to him and say, of course, we do intend to leave.
Right.
Hopefully on the morrow. Good Jarl.
Coming up on his other side, of course, is his old advisor, Frode the Wise, because you don't get to talk to Thorfinn without Frode hanging around. But also you can see Bo the blacksmith is in here, and so is Skard. And Skard saying, well, I could use a drink. Anyone else? She's been waiting on this beer all day. But that is Scarred, always trying to lighten the mood. But there is wailing and agony and loss here. Widows are shrieking, mothers and fathers and children, 6 good men and women lost, 3 of them killed by you.
Well, they don't know that. Yet.
But there is keening and wailing, and one sister rushes to the door. I must look. I'm sure he's okay. I can save him. No, you can't, says Hilda, and kind of holding her back. And unbelievably, she manages to get a tripping leg past Hilda. Hilda goes over sideways, nearly into the fire pit, and Heidi is going straight out that door into the fog.
Bye, girl.
Right. You let her go.
I'm on the other side of the hall. If she's at the door and I'm at the top,
there is naught that can be done. So off she goes.
I'm at the other end of the hall talking to the elf.
A bunch of people go to chase her, and Thorfinn says, close it.
I did close the door when I came in.
Oh, you did, but it hadn't been barred. But yeah, people are going to rush out and get her. And Thorfinn orders the door closed and bolted. And that's a bit of a moment for everybody.
I'm going to look at his advice. I'm going to kind of have a exchange of look with his advisor and see what his mood kind of is.
He doesn't like it. He thinks that is terrible, but he cannot speak against the Lord. Perhaps he will later. I can go. I'm quick. I'm the quickest there is. Look at me.
Yes, you are.
And there's Simo tumbling around. Put me in. Put me in, Blaedswith.
Oh, I will. Don't worry.
It is a good idea. Let the fool go.
Thorfinn.
Let the fool go, for it is foolish. All right, so Thorfinn Thorfinn is either ignoring you because your gaze and your heroism makes him uncomfortable and he's trying to change the subject, but he is granting permission for the door to be unbarred and for Simo to go out, if you permit that, Blaedswith.
Well, that's not the conversation Thorfinn and I were having.
It is not. So that happens behind you. And you go back to talking to Thorfinn as Simo goes, woo, and heads out.
No, I'm not telling Simo to go outside. No, Simo's staying
You're saying stop. All right.
I'm not saying, no, Simo's not going outside, no.
Simo was like, the door's been open.
Why should he go outside? The door can be unbarred, but I'm not telling Simo to go outside.
Simo is disappointed. You're talking to Thorfinn. You value your fool.
I do, as every leader values those that they are caretakers for, correct?
Aye. You may think that was hard, and it was.
Thorfinn, the truth of what happened this afternoon does not have to come out. And Blaedswith is not gonna worry about it. She's just gonna talk, and if he misses it, that's on him.
Right.
And she's just gonna. While he's still talking, she's just going to say the truth of what happened this afternoon does not need to come out at this juncture, nor ever.
All right.
Should you put the lives of your people before your own pride? And she's going to say it very quietly.
All right. So,
and he's more than welcome to continue talking over the top of her, but she's going to just say it like she's not going to stop.
This is fantastic, and I love this point in our one-on-one role-playing that I'm trying to yell over the top of you to make a character.
She's like, no.
Because Thorfinn is trying to speak to the hall and to reassert his authority, and you are speaking these truths in his ear. And I'll tell you who he's ever word, and that's Frode.
Yes.
Frode absolutely hears the lot. And Frode is like this, as Thorfinn is blustering about we must all stay safe, and Heidi she is quick, she'll be fine, but if that door is open then everyone dies, and I will protect you, stay in here with me. Let's see, if he actually managed to hear what you were talking about. Oh, my God, I can roll my huge dice.
You can.
Yay! All right, look at that action. All right, there she blows. So, ka-thunk. He's rolled a 2. The fucker. But it's his tactic. Like bully, he has just shouted over you.
All right.
There's a point. There's a point where the shouting stops, and you can start again. So you can either leave it here because you've told Frode, or you can tell Thorfinn what you were going to tell him. Your choice. Because my evil dice owes you. Roll the 2. Thank you, John Hodgson.
I'm going to look at Frode again, and just he's
the color is drained from his face. Because you're speaking something to Thorfinn, something has transpired between you. He wasn't informed of it, and also you've got such a serious look, and you're covered in blood. Throw a persuade roll down on this as well, just to really kind of.
Nope.
No, okay. Well, that it doesn't matter. I mean, that just would have been the icing on the cake. Yeah, but Frode is going to want to hear more of that. So Frode's heard every word. Now that Thorfinn has stopped blustering, you by all means tell him what you want to tell him.
Thorfinn, the truth of what happened this afternoon does not need to come out now, nor ever if you choose to put your people's well-being above your pride and allow us to fix this quietly.
Sorry, hero. What truth?
That is all the answer I need. Thank you. And she will walk back to the Scop.
All right. Now, and,
he had an opportunity.
Had that kind of look in his face, and now he's looking at you. And he turns to, summon warriors to him to look around, and they're all gone.
Yeah.
Except for Hilda.
Yeah.
Right? So, there are a few others as well, but it's all those ones, all the hardest and the last. They are all dead now, and Thorfinn is alone.
I'm going to kind of
sorry, I'm going to retcon that. There's always 2 people at the door, so just those 2.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to kind of look at Thorfinn again, kind of just sadly, it doesn't have to be this way.
It is terrible that those 6 died, killed by the monster. We honor them and the sacrifice they made. All of them killed by this terrible fate. All of them.
I'm going to hand Scott the broken blade.
Yep.
I'm going to tell him it's time for you to sing a song.
Very well.
This leader has forsaken his own people in favor of his pride, and it's time they knew the truth so that they can make a collective decision about who should be responsible for their well-being.
And so I shall. I would sing to bring peace and understanding to this hall at this terrible time. And he's got a nice commanding voice, and everybody, that's right. And then still people are whimpering and wailing and so on. And Heidi, in fact, comes back in just bereft. She's holding a bloodied cloak. And she is bundled. But Scop has stood forward and he's going to sing. He has a skill for this.
He does have a skill for this.
Yeah.
He is a songster. He has advantage on performance checks. When he's spent, he earns 2 tokens to either the follower or the hero's pool.
Okay. So he's going to make a persuade song. Now, being a follower, it's always performance. Yeah,
but it doesn't matter because being a follower, he has no stats.
Yeah, he just needs a 10. Yeah,
and he has advantage.
And he has advantage. So 2 dice looking for 10.
Ooh, that's a 16.
Fantastic. All right. In fact, or the other way it might work is like you do a charisma performance check and he kind of backs you up. But you've asked him to sing
I think
song.
it's more impactful if it kind of...
And it's the new song. And he sings it very well because he's been practicing it for years in the acoustics of the Troll Caves. And as his voice gets stronger and he's so commanding, like people are first lulled by the beauty, but then by the words and this shocking truth that has come, and blood drains from all faces and there are gasps, but they are mesmerized by the beauty of the song and the truth of the tale, and everybody is riveted until the song is over.
And the song includes...
Yes.
What happened to the 6 or with the 3?
It comes right. Oh my God!
Right up to today.
Yeah. Okay, and so those final verses could probably use a bit of work, but they get the point across. I'm
not going to let the Jarl lie about these noble warriors.
To steal the lie from the living. Forward they came, enemies of truth, with dark deeds in their hearts, but yet before them stood a hero true, a woman from the east. There stood Blaedswith. She looked at them and her omen said that this was the day that they would die, and thus they did. As lies die and truth is forever. That is a lie. And that's where we end, because it's been an hour.
Really?
Yeah, really.
Oh my God.
All right. Thorfinn, he angry. All right.
He had several opportunities, but then he just had to go and disgrace the memory of his own warriors by saying they were eaten by a monster when they died in combat, really. You know, they might have been doing the wrong thing, but only because they were ordered to, and they died a noble death in combat. Let him lie about his own people? Come on.
I will summon that rage next week.
What a time. And me personally, I can't wait. Wow, that was yet another episode of Beowulf Age of Heroes. Horror at Herrogate, featuring Mark as our fearless GM and Alex as our even fearlesser hero Blaedswith. What a time. If you were just tuning in tonight or this afternoon or this morning, wherever you may be, and you think that was pretty rad, then you should probably jump over to youtube.com/campaigncoins, where you can catch up with all of the previous adventures. We were listening to right then and there some sounds and music from sirenscape.com, as well as selections from the official Beowulf Age of Heroes soundtrack, all of which is available from Handiwork Games. That was everything for tonight. We'll be back at the same time next week, I think it's fair to say. And we'll be also back a little bit sooner than that here on the Campaign Coins channel, because this very Friday morning for us and Thursday night, depending on where you are in the world, we'll be doing our very special, Mark and I will be doing a very special Gen Con stream, where we'll be showing off all of the neat things that we've brought out this year. Of course, we are Campaign Coins and we do make real metal tokens. That was the thing I forgot to say at the start of the episode. Forgot to actually say what it is we do and why it is that we're showing off all of these fancy metal things. We are Campaign Coins and we do make real metal tokens at campaigncoins.com. It is treasure worthy of your greatest adventures. All of which is to say, we're going to be talking about such nonsense on Friday during our Gen Con stream. We're talking about all the stuff that we've made this year, stuff that's coming out very soon. We're launching some
sneak previews.
Very exciting.
Stuff.
Very exciting sneak previews and pre-orders, and just hanging out and talking about the stuff we've made, the games we're playing,
and giving stuff away.
And giving stuff away. Yes, there'll be a giveaway of some kind, I am quite sure. And talking about Gen Con specials as well. There we go. That was my list. think I better leave it there. Thank you, Mark. Thank you,
Impactful.
Alex.
I'm on the edge of my own seat.
Thank you, Jackson.
Fantastic.
I had a great
Rock
time,
on.
and we'll see you at the very same time next week. Bye for now.